Welcome to Small Arm Solutions. Today we're looking at the Scorpion Evo 3. This happens to be my own personal PCC. This is a SBR. However, as I bought this was a pistol, and it came with the SBR tactical pistol brace on here. Now I have to say, any of the pistol braces I've used, I do prefer the SB tactical over any ones that are out there. Now, the CC Scorpion has gone on to be probably one of the most popular pistol carbines that we have out today. This comes in several configurations. It comes in the pistol, which is how this one came. It also comes in a rifle configuration. This is probably, for the money, the best 9mm PCC that's on the market. We're going to have a video coming up in the not too distant future where we're going to be talking about my favorite PCC. We're going to be looking at all SBRs of HK MP5. We're going to be looking at the Colt pattern 9mm. We're also going to be looking at the CZ Scorpion and the SIG MPX. So let's go back at some time here for the development of this. To start off is the Lago Arms Model 6, and that was purchased by CZ in 2010 for their new submachine gun. Prior to the adoption of this, Czech Republic was using a VZ52 machine pistol. Now, quite frankly, it was said that was used as a primary weapon by some of their special operations. I find that very concerning that you would want anything that was chambered in a .32 automatic to be a personal defense or as a primary weapon. However, that's what they did. The pistol was very reliable. It was selective fire. It was controllable, but it was firing a round that had nothing behind it. So, again, it quite surprised me they had that to begin with, but they want something to replace it. That was going to be with a 9x19 caliber. The Evo 3 is mostly made of modern polymer. It's made of a two-part shell to reduce weight. It was originally designed to be selective fire, ultra compact, 7.71-inch barrel, a side-folding telescopic stock, ambi safety, ambi magazine release, bolt catch, locks open, MP5 style cocking handle, using the proven direct blowback operation, and also having a Millsider 1913 rail. The Evo 3 is the select fire version, safe, semi, burst, and auto, 3-shot burst, and then they have the Evo 3 S1, which is what we see here, which is the safe and semi. And it went into production in 2009 with a weight of 6.1 pounds, length of 16.1 inches, closed 26.3 inches with stock extended. The barrel length was 7.7 inches, 1/2 by 28 thread, 6 right, 1 turn 9.8 inches, cold hammer forge with a flash hider. It has a height of 10.31 inches, and again, we're talking about direct blowback with a cyclic rate of 1,150 feet per second. Now, looking at magazines. We have the original magazine, as you see right here. This was the original translucent magazine, which was replaced by the one that you see right here, which is a much more durable magazine. They did have some issues with these magazines failing, so there were some changes that were made. So all these pistols come with 20-round magazines, whether it be a 20-round version, as you see here, or a 20-round version, as you would see with the translucent. Now, there's another company out there called Manticore that wanted to make a magazine they felt was even better with using steel liners for where the feed lips are instead of polymer. And that was by Manticore. This is a 30-round magazine. And also, we have had Elite Tactical Systems has manufactured a 30-round magazine as well as a 40-round magazine. And then the clear translucent. There was one magazine, unfortunately, I did not have available, and that was the new Magpul drum, the D50 or D60. I'm not sure how many rounds that took. I've tried to get one for quite some time, but unfortunately they've been out. So we're going to show a picture of what that looks like, and I believe that's going to be an awesome magazine. I will be getting one as soon as I can get my hands on one. So now we're going to start taking a really good detailed look at this. Again, this came with the pistol brace, and we have the standard stock on here. We have the pistol grip you see here. And you have a safety that's ambidextrous, safe and semi, and you have a reversed safe and semi as well. This has been a point of contention. There are many people who do not like this. They say when it's on fire, this digs into your trigger finger. Now, I don't really have that problem because I leave my finger out a little bit. I don't have it up against it, but some people complain about that. I personally don't have much of an issue with it, but that's been one of the things you'd see a lot of people that do. Your magazine release is also ambidextrous. The magazine's just drop free. You have your ejection port. Now you have small points on here. You don't have the standard QD detachment points. This has been also something people have complained about, is the fact that you have to have a special sling. We're going to take a look at the sling on the other side. Now we have our Manta rail protectors on here because even though it's polymer, this does get hot. We do have a code. Our code has changed for Manta products. It's now BAR20, so it's 20% off of everything on their site. So again, it's now BAR20. They had to get rid of our SAS code for some computer glitch. So BAR20 is the new code. So we flip it around. We'll see that we have the safety. And here is your bolt lock. Now, the nice thing about this is it does lock back on the last shot, unlike the MP5. Now, if you look at the cocking handle is very much MP5-like. You pull back from the front. You can engage it like so. This is a feature I don't care for. Since we do have a bolt lock, I don't see a need for this, because if it was in this condition, you hit your magazine, you hit your bolt release, it's nothing going to happen. So it probably would be much better off to get rid of that notch on there and just leave it alone. So it does lock back on the last shot. So you drop your magazine out, put a new magazine in, hit your bolt release on the side, you're ready to go. Now, if you look at a lot of the controls on here, there's a lot of controls that are MP5-like. Not quite there. And this is one area where it beats the hell out of the MP5, is having that bolt release and the lock back on the last shot. You're limiting several movements and having to reload, which really puts this many steps above the MP5 for as far as reloading is concerned. So you also notice we do have sights. This does come with backup sights. They're very low profile. Now I have the US optic sight on here, and I particularly like this one because it has a co-witness. This is the US Optics TRS-21. Now when you look down the sights, I can see my iron sights right here. Then I lift right up and I can see the optic. If the battery was to go out, you'll be able to go right to your backup sights. And I think that's important. Anytime we rely on anything that's electronic, we need to have some kind of a fail-safe if that goes wrong. And it does go wrong. Wintertime, batteries die. A lot of things can happen. And on the sights, you do have three apertures on here, and you have a front post that's very similar to that of the M16 M4 type. So looking at this, it's a suppressor. This does come with a flash suppressor. And the flash suppressor I have removed. We'll show a photograph of what the flash suppressor looks like. You remove that, and then you can put your suppressor on here. This is my Silencer Co. Octane 9 HD, which is one of my favorite suppressors that we have on here. This one here, one of the only issues I do have is you have a very short thread on here, so you have to keeping that sucker on there tight. Now, of course, you have an adapter where you can put on for the three-point attachment, which for this gun might be a better idea than having a direct thread, as due to the fact that your threads are that much shorter. So I would recommend anybody who's putting a suppressor on here to do that. If not, you got to be very conscious of this thing coming loose. So for disassembly on this one, this is one of the easiest guns to disassemble. There's not very many parts at all. So first we'll remove the sound suppressor. As you can see, we have very little thread compared to many guns. Now, we probably could take this whole thing off here, but I also want to have the option of putting the flash suppressor back on if I don't want to use the can. Remove the magazine. Of course, we always check to make sure that we're clear. We lock the bolt open to the rear, and we have a pin. We push that pin inward from here. We flip it over, pull it out, and now we can pull out the trigger module. And this is the trigger module. You have a big plastic hammer assembly. You have your ejector on here. Now, the trigger on here, this is not a great trigger, but it's a military trigger. It's not like an AR-15 or M16 type trigger, or even an AK type trigger. This is a little bit heavier. It's more along the line of the Beretta ARX 100 type, but it's a very good trigger for combat use. So now what we're going to do is we're going to let the bolt go forward, only a little bit of ways, because then I'm going to catch this bolt, and I'm going to pull the bolt up and out. And that is all you have to it for maintenance. No small parts to get rid of, no nothing. As far as safety is concerned, with having this being a direct blowback, we do have a firing pin safety on here. If you see right here, this firing pin is locked in place until this is pushed up out of the way. This is unusual to see on PCCs like this, or submachine guns, to say the least. This is a very interesting feature to have on there, so it works just like a pistol does. So if this trigger is not pulled and this thing's dropped, there's no way for this firing pin to move forward. So this is a very good enhancement for as far as reliability and safety. Now, for as far as disassembly is concerned, they don't recommend you disassemble any further than this. To remove the firing pin, you'd have to drive out a pin, which is not necessary. It doesn't get that dirty. So that's as far as you're going to go with this for removal. Then, of course, for as far as the inside, you have access to your barrel to clean up all the inside. It doesn't get all that dirty. And this was a very nice place to have your NFA markings on here, too. It is right there. It follows within the guidelines. And now I want to talk a little about the sling. This is an urban tactical sling that works perfect for this gun. If we pull this down here, you can see It has two claws that when they go together, they fit right in there perfect. Now, I don't like the fact that this is so close together. I wish these were spaced more far apart, but you don't have enough grip space on there to want to put an add-on QD type point. But this is if you're looking for a good sling for this this SMG or this PCC or this pistol, I would definitely take a look at these guys at Urban ERT Tactical and look for the one for the Scorpion. This is probably certainly the best one I've seen out there. Now for reassembly, put the bolt back in. Let it go forward. Now we're going to pull the bolt back and we're going to lock it open so we can put our trigger module back in. Up. We're going to pop our pin in there. So for as far as maintenance in the field, this thing is excellent. It has everything that you could possibly want. Now again, we're looking at stocks. This is a side folding, and it's telescopic and side folding. Now they do bring in a kit. In fact, this has the kit that comes in if you want to SBR it, so you can put the proper check stock on it. It comes with the stock. It comes with the pistol grip, a couple followers, especially if you have the magazines that are made in the U.S., such as the Magpul magazines, which we also do have Magpul magazines, but I didn't have one available to me at the moment. Magpul makes excellent 30-round magazines for this one. We'll show you a picture of what they look like. And then, of course, you have your SB Tactical Brace. These are about $250. They're relatively expensive, and they can be sometimes very hard to find because this is the stock of choice for this gun. Now, something else I don't normally review, but I did, was this gun case. Just while doing some internet research, I was looking up some different kinds of cases that would fit this, and I came across this particular case. It's made by Wild Hair Tactical. It's a 30-inch SMG or PCC case, and I was quite fond of it. It had 3 pouches. You can put your mags, ammo. It's a 30 by 10 by 5.5, and it's only $100. It's an excellent case. You can fit magazines. You can put boxes of ammo in it. As you can see, we have here. There's my Magpul magazines. This is the Magpul 35 round magazines. And then inside you have a side pouch also, so you have these big high capacity 40-round magazines. You can throw them in there as well. But this is an excellent gun case that would go along with this. So you can put everything in your suppressor. I probably have like 10, 15 magazines in here, and also my spare parts, so I don't lose my flash hider and other spare parts. Now, as we were talking about the sling, Urban Century hybrid sling, it's made by Urban Sling. You're looking at $50. This is this whole sling you get for $50, and it's designed specifically for this SMG or this PCC or this pistol, whichever configuration you may have it. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to go to range and we're going to see how it shoots. As you see from the targets, accuracy is there. As you see from our challenge targets, you can see that those are, groups are decent for as far as being offhand, and you can get them off quick with it. It does launch the brass into the next zip code, though, so you're going to go after that. The challenge targets, so we have a code on those. They're SAS. You can get 10% off of any of their steel targets, so go check them out. Now, for as far as ammunition was concerned, we did fire some hollow points in here. Most of the ammunition, we do want to do a call out to our friends over at Copper Custom for letting us take a look and use some of their Oscarson ammunition on a turkey. Ammunition's been quite tight for us, and they've stepped up to help us out. We really appreciate it. They're bringing this ammunition in by the million per month. So if you need any 9mm ammunition, give Copper Custom a look up. It's a 124 grain full metal jacket bullet in a steel case, which is like a brass washed. And reliability is there, which we've used probably 2,000 rounds of it so far, and it's excellent ammunition. We did try some hollow points as well. We did try some of the SIG V-crowns. We tried some of the Hornady Critical Duty and Critical Duty Plus P. This is a good massive bolt, so you don't have too much of a problem with using Plus P in it. And I had some assortments of some other ones, some gold dots and everything. And everything I put in this thing, it worked. The MSRP for the pistol is only around $800. So whatever you're looking for in a PCC, this thing will do. You get it as a pistol, you get it as a carbine, or you can SBR it like we did this one here. It's a lot of fun. It will do anything you need it to do. It's reliable. It's lightweight. It's modern. If you compare it to the MP5, I think this is definitely a better gun than the MP5. It's modernized. You have your MP5 controls if you're used to that, but you have one of your important AR-15 M16 controls with your bolt catch on here. It's lighter weight. Accuracy is just as good. Far less complex. It's far few parts. And it's a good proven blowback design. It does work quite well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you please click like, please subscribe, and even better, share. Thank you.